Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Okay, now I had to wear my favorite crazy Marvel shirt because it matches this movie perfectly because this movie was big crazy. Now, I love the first Ant-Man movie. I thought it was a perfect MCU film. The second one, not so much. I thought it was a step down. It wasn't terrible, but I definitely thought it was a step down from the first one. And then they announced a third one coming out, and it has Kang the Conqueror in it, which is a Thanos-level villain in the comic books, and even more terrifying than Thanos. And I thought to myself, how is, Ant-Man going to fight Kang the Conqueror? But, then it came out, and the reviews for the past week have been mixed. Some people loved it, some people hated it. So, what did I think of Ant-Man Quantumania? I loved it. Yes, I really didn't see what the big deal is about this movie. A lot of people complaining, and I get it. It's not perfect. It's not the best. It's not even in the top 15 MCU films. But that doesn't mean it was terrible. I didn't think this movie was bad at all. I was highly entertained. The comedy felt natural. It wasn't like Thor: Love and Thunder, which is oh God, that movie made me so mad that everybody had to have jokes and their jokes didn't even land. But you get this movie, and Paul Rudd is just a master. He's just a master of his craft. I mean, he is an awesome actor in everything he does. And in this movie, I thought he did a really good job. Now, granted, not all the humor lands, but I'd say about 90% of it landed. Landed enough to where me and the audience busted out laughing multiple times in this movie. And granted, as an old school comic book fan, there were some things that I didn't like about it. I'm going to give you a prime example. And no spoilers in this video, I promise. But I do have to get this grievance off my mind, off my chest, and show you exactly the one thing that I did not really like about this movie. Didn't hate, but I really didn't like it. And that was the character MODOK. Now, yes, this is MODOK in the comic books. He's a big head with little arms and legs, okay? He's a crazy looking character. And when I heard he was in this movie, I honestly got excited because I wanted to see how they were going to portray him, because this is a difficult character to make come to life, I can imagine. And this is what we got. And it was terrible. The CGI that they used making MODOK was absolutely horrendous. That being said, the character that they made for him I thought was funny. And when he came on screen, I actually got excited. I didn't like what they did with him as a fan, but I did like what they did with him as a moviegoer. I hope that makes sense to you. Jonathan Majors crushed it as Kang. I mean, Kang's a difficult character because there's literally infinite Kangs in infinite universes. And making him come to life had to be difficult for a writer. Just from a writer's perspective, I can't imagine how they did this. And they made it to where it was believable. He is definitely a Thanos level villain. And I'm very impressed with what they did. And like I said, Jonathan Majors crushed it as the character. And that's all I can say, is that he was the highlight of the entire movie, honestly, was Kang. But I thought everybody else did good. Ant-Man and his family get sucked into the quantum realm, and Kang has already conquered the whole entire realm. And this is another little nitpick about the movie I didn't like. It kind of becomes like this revolution against Kang, and they just happen to start up right when our heroes get there. I thought that made the story a little bit more convoluted than it needed to be. But other than that, I thought this movie was great. I had a great time. I thought all the characters meshed really well. The chemistry was good. And really everybody did well in this movie, and I thought it was well directed. Yes, 90% of this movie is CGI because they're in the quantum realm, and I get it. But really, it's about introducing this Kang the Conqueror to the movie-going audience and the MCU fans that he is the next big villain for the Avengers and movies coming forward. So anyway, I thought it was a great introduction. You honestly need to see this movie if you're going to get into, who Kang is and all that. So I would definitely suggest going out and seeing it if you're a fan of the MCU. Now look, some reviewers are out there saying this movie is crap, and you might think it is. And honestly, I can get it where some of the people have their gripes about it. It's just not the same gripes that I had. And some of the gripes I had were very minor compared to, was this a compelling story? Does it propel the MCU forward? Stuff like that I think it's important for this movie to do. I thought they did that correctly. So I thought they did a great job. But anyway, guys, it's not all about what I think. What do you think? Have you seen Ant-Man Quantumania? Do you plan on seeing it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!